hear nothing. Hello, everybody. Hello, 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 hello. I'm struggle streaming again. Here we go. Why is this thing tripping? Okay. Shoot. I'm ready to take whole thing and throw it through the window. I mean, for real. Can y'all hear me okay? Hello, everybody. Hi, baby. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Camille. Hi, Donna. Hi, Desire. Hi, Rose. Man, I had everything all set up, and then my computer decided to give up the ghost for a minute at least. I'm about sick of this. I don't have time. Hi, Laverne. How are you? Can you guys hear me okay? I am loud in my own earphones. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me loud and clear. G5, G5. Hey, Q Rock. How you doing? Okay, good. Good, good, good. Man, you know how I struggled last week. I was like, I can't do this again 2 days in a row. Stuff be tripping. Yeah, that we was going to talk about that. I keep seeing that Gordon Gartrell shirt. I know. That was my favorite, one of my favorite ones, one of my favorite episodes, Barbara. Hey, Charles, how you doing? Hi, Be Kind. Ain't much up. Ain't much up today, of course. Same old thing, different day. Well, no, I take that back. It ain't a different day. It's not a different day. Not by a long shot. I'm sure you guys could tell by the title what we're going to talk about. This won't be a very long live stream today because my back is tripping. But I don't know if I said the last name right. You know what? We know we know what you're talking about, Barbara. That Cartrell or Garth. I've never heard of that particular brand anyway, so it might have been something they made up. I don't know. But that was a funny episode for real. Real funny. I like the ones where they would get together and sing as a family. I used to love those. So I hope y'all having a good Monday. I had a pretty decent Monday. My children didn't come today, so that gave me a day off. But I just kind of chilled and took some Tylenol for my back. Camille says one of my favorite episodes was the episode when he was singing about his girlfriend Justine. I know. That's what he wanted that ugly shirt for too. Justine. He wanted that shirt so bad. And his sister made that god awful knockoff. Oh my God. He was distraught. He was so distraught. But you know, everybody seems to just know him about Theo, but he did a lot more than just Theo Huxtable. So we're going to kind of tap in a little bit to that. Oh, you got to be kidding me, Charles. He put a poll up? Oh, come on, man. You know, some things just need to be left alone. Everything ain't a conspiracy. And you know, what really bothers me the most is that this hit me hard. I'll tell you why. Hi, Tracy. How are you, sweetheart? I think that death is not always. Hi, Donna. Oh, I did speak already. I'm tripping. Broke my heart. Water has become a death trap. Yes, I think so. You know, death is such a touchy, emotional subject. And especially, I mean, a young person such as himself. He was still young. He younger than me, at least. Did you know he won a grant? No, I didn't know that until I saw an article saying that he did. Wow. Some things need to be left alone. Accidents happen. Let me tell you guys, the reason why this particular death hit me so hard is that, it was said that people sometimes go on vacation. And in this particular case, he went on vacation. But, with him and his wife and daughter, they go on vacation and it's a wonderful time. It's a family outing, it's about having fun and enjoying each other. But tragedy happens just like that. Hi, Millionaires Cove. How are you, sweetheart? Here's what got me, though. Today is the 7th year anniversary of my son's funeral. And he drowned just like Malcolm did. And he took his family on a camping trip for the 4th of July weekend. So for somebody to make something out of a tragedy like that. Hi, Lawanda. Hi, Colleen. How are you? Hold on just a second. Let me turn on this camera for a second. I'm still here. But for someone to take a tragedy such as this and turn it into something so trivial, it just didn't sit well with me to hear that. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to hear all that conspiracy crap. It was a tragic accident, Lawanda. Let's be real. This is not something to use as a means of clicks and views. You know what I'm saying? It's an awful. It's definitely a tragedy, but you're making it more tragic on the family when you trivialize it. That's the word I'm looking for. It's trivializing the death of an individual who had a long life ahead of him. No, when did you write it, Lawanda? I didn't. Did you send it today, sweetheart? I'm having trouble because other people have written me emails lately, and I haven't been. I've been looking for one from Satin. Hi, Retretta. I've been looking for one from Satin. Hi, Really Dope, and it never showed up on my email. So hold on just a second. Let me see. Uh, yeah, this man took his family on vacation and didn't come back home. And that breaks my heart. But it happened it happened on the day that my son was buried for the same reason. It's just no. I don't understand it. I mean, what is there to understand? What can I say? But it's awful, and it's awful for someone to take that as a way to make money and get clicks and views. And I'm not speaking out nobody's name in particular, so please don't think I'm trying to dig somebody. But Right is right, wrong is wrong. Everybody's death in the industry is not a scandal. Yes, really dope. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you so much. It just kind of upsets me when I see someone take something as delicate as this and trivialize it. It's not right. It's not right. Hold on, let me look at my junk mail real quick. I'm not finding anything in my emails. Let me go back to Saturday. I got a lot of stuff from yesterday. Okay, Saturday. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, there you are. I see you, Luanda. Oh, yeah, Luanda. You're absolutely right. I did see that. I did see that. Oh, boy. I'm telling you. I'm telling you the truth. Here, let me turn this back on. I got a message on my email. It's another name attached per the message. Can I send it to you, the name that I was told? Yeah, Retretta, send it to my Hotmail. Yeah, send any emails that you guys want to send me. Send to my Hotmail. Cause Google, I don't know what the deal is with Google, but they're not right. I don't know. Here, I'm gonna turn this camera back on. I'm done crying. I'm sorry, but you know what I'm saying. It's just it's offensive. Every death does not necessarily mean that they were taken out because of some scandal against black folks or some scandal against celebrities. People die every day. Every single day, people die. Okay, Retretta, you sent it to Hotmail. When did you send it? What day did you send it, sweetie? I'll check it again. I'll check it in a little bit. Hi, Cora. Hi, Discerning Aid. How are you, sweetheart? Thank you so much, Tracy. I appreciate it. And thank you, Camille. It's just it's a touchy subject with me because I lost my son the same way. And to see someone capitalize because you've run out of things to say, like for Angie Stone or whoever else might be on your radar, every death is not a conspiracy. People die. We don't know the day nor the hour. We don't know the day nor the hour. But I know what that young man's mama feel like. I know what that young man's mother feels like. Now, he was 54. Some people would consider him not young, but I do. He's much younger than me. And I know how she feels. Your kids, they grow up, they get their own families, and they prosper, as a family, and you sit back and you're so glad that you raised a child up in the way that they should go. And then boom, they're gone. Yes, discerning eight. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you. Thank you. And I wouldn't even be talking about this if this wasn't the anniversary of my own son's funeral from that very thing. Hi, Yolanda. I'm so sorry to hear that, sweetheart. I'm sorry to hear about your stepdad. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my God. I can only imagine what his wife is going through. And his daughter. Oh, my God. But I'm not making this about me. I'm not going to do that. I'm just saying, hi, Real Life Chronicles. Hello, Auntie. My heart is heavy about this one. Yes, mine too. We just got to keep all in prayer, Malcolm family and Angie Stone family. Exactly. It's it's one thing to be sitting on the outside looking in, but when you're in, you don't want to see all those shenanigans going on. And I just see some shenanigans coming that I'm not gonna play a part of it. I'm not. I'm not gonna watch it. I'm not gonna support it. Those that may support it, they're looking at it for clicks and for entertainment. Death is not entertainment, you know. But I feel for that woman. I feel for that child. I feel for that wife and that daughter. I feel for them. I feel for that man's mother. I feel for his father. I feel for all of them because it's such a tragic loss, and dying in that way is very traumatic. When they told me about my son, thank you, love. Thank you, Real Life. When they told me about my son and they explained to me the process, how it feels and stuff, like I really want to hear all this, but they told me that he, to a certain degree, they suffer. Hi, the Magnificent. They do suffer. Not long, but still, to think that someone's life ends like that, and you know that your family is out there and you can't get to them. You can't even get to them. Can you imagine what's going through that person's mind, that they're trying to get to the top and they can't. They just can't. And after a while they just have to go. There's no more struggle. But the struggle left behind is what's devastating. So this one hit me hard. It hit me hard because it it happened on the anniversary of my own son's funeral. Otherwise, I know I would still feel some kind of way about it, but it's just that I'm sorry. I love you too, Yolanda. But what I would like to do today is I want to celebrate this man's life. We all know him as Theo Huxtable. Thank you, Nadine. Thank you. We all know him as Theo Huxtable, but there was more to this man than Theo. He wasn't just Theo Huxtable. He had a long career. He was more than the Cosby Show. Yeah, that's very true, Millionaire's Cove. So I have a couple of clips here that I'd like to share with you. I can't go off into his history. I'm not as articulate as I'd like to be in that manner. But here, let me play this for you. First of all, I'll share my screen. Okay. Bear with me, y'all. Uh-oh. That's not what I wanted. I don't want YouTube. I want this one. Excuse me. Let's see. Oh, great. I'm looking at a picture of myself. Good grief.
We have been working on a story this morning that sadly we now have the answer because, and I say sadly because what we've learned is that Malcolm Jamal Warner, former Cosby Show star.
Can you guys hear this? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear this. Give me a 1 in the chat if you hear it. Okay, great. Magnificent, discerning 8. Okay. Okay, here we go. Hello, Darlene.
Died over the weekend, and we have an unconfirmed but very reliable source telling us what happened here.
What we know at this moment.
First of all, he wasn't 53, he was 54. So just to make that clear. Hi, Jess. Here we go.
As we talk to you now, is that we're told from the source Charles just mentioned that this was an accidental drowning of some sort. And so, I mean, that's one of the reasons there's been commotion this morning. And we've been working on it. We confirmed the death. I can tell you that some members of the Cosby Show know and are very upset that Bill Cosby didn't know at the time we published,
Right.
but is being informed right now. It probably knows right now because it's been just a couple of minutes. And it's just a really, really tragic turn.
Yeah. And he had been, even after the Cosby Show, working very steadily. He actually has a podcast that he does now.
Right.
And in fact, the latest episode just dropped a few days ago. So we had been told by one source, and again, we are still working to confirm every detail here, but by one source that he was on vacation at the time. So this was not apparently something that happened at his home. But we are going to try to get more information. Obviously, we will update you,
especially
throughout the show.
Yeah, if we get more by the end of the show, we will tell you. Yeah.
Celeste from New York. I am absolutely devastated as someone. Malcolm Jamal Warner was my first crush. I mean, I loved him, loved his career. He was the most beautiful person. I had the pleasure of meeting him. He's commented on my social media posts that I've made about him. I mean, I couldn't think of a most warm, loving soul than this. And it's so, I can't believe it. Like, I'm looking at the headline. I thought maybe like somebody else associated with him. And it is just so devastating. I could tell you that you could talk about Cosby being America's dad. He was, for a generation of us, America's first love. Okay. He was our first love. He was vulnerable. He was funny. He was loving. He was a sweetheart. I mean, we grew up with Theo and even Malcolm as he grew up and doing other stuff in his career. This is such not the news that anyway, I loved him, and it's such a, like, oh God, I can't even go on about this.
No, we feel you.
No, we
That
do.
is the reaction a lot of people are having right now.
Attention, Team Kringle.
Mount up! Streaming of a bright Christmas?
Okay. Oh my goodness. It's hard to watch this. It's hard to watch this, but whew. My goodness. I had another oh, here we go. I'm going to share this other screen because Bill Cosby has spoken out from what I understand. Let me share this with you as well. Okay. Okay, so here it says, Bill Cosby breaks silence following death of co-star Malcolm Jamal Warner. It was shocking. And I'm hoping that this is the video for it. If not, please forgive me. It should be. It's right up under the heading.
Well, we are all shocked to hear this news. He was a child star on The Cosby Show who went on to have a successful career as an adult. And today, the unexpected news that Malcolm Jamal Warner has died in Costa Rica at the age of 54.
For more on what happened, we turn to George Pinocchio.
Well, Malcolm Jamal was a guest right here on this set not that long ago. This is one of those moments that came as a shock to so many. Malcolm Jamal Warner's team has decided now is not the time to provide any statements or confirm any details on what happened. What we do know comes from Costa Rica, where national police there told ABC News Warner drowned off the coast yesterday after being caught by a high current in the water. He was 54, with a career spanning more than 40 years.
You expecting some sort of punishment? Shouldn't I? Yeah.
Malcolm Jamal Warner's big break came in 1984 when he was cast on The Cosby Show. With Bill Cosby and Felicia Rashad as his TV parents, he played Theo Huxtable for all 197 episodes.
It's the ugliest shirt I've ever seen.
Over 8 seasons, we watched him grow up.
School's not just for studying. I want to experience all that college has to offer.
Warner got plenty of work after The Cosby Show ended, including being the voice of the producer on the animated kids series, The Magic School Bus.
True or false? Most raindrops start out as ice or snow.
He also did 4 seasons on the sitcom Malcolm and Eddie with Eddie Griffin.
You know, back home, everybody used to confuse me with Ahmad Rashad. I just wish I could meet his wife.
Warner showed us a different side, starring alongside Luke Perry in the post-apocalyptic series Jeremiah. He made some guest appearances on Suits. More recently, he was one of the stars of the medical drama series The Resident.
Well, you find me a study that shows that the robotic approach is better than the standard CT surgery, and I will consider it.
And last year, we saw him in a story arc on 911. From his first TV appearance on Matt Houston back in 1982, Warner seemingly loved what he got to do for a career, as he once told the Archive of American Television.
But you have to love the craft, and you have to love the craft enough to, be in the business of show.
Morris Chestnut, who starred with Warner on The Resident, posted, "One of the nicest in the business. Rest easy, brother. Your legacy lives on."
Okay. Clearly, that article was a a travesty. It said Bill Cosby speaks out, but that said nothing about Bill Cosby. But nevertheless, I loved that show. I mean, my boys came up on the Cosby Show. But Roja, come on, man. People are talking and saying something totally different than what the media is saying, as always. So, Roja, what people are you talking about? What people are you talking about? Were you there? This is what I hate. Everybody wants to jump in and suddenly think that there's some big conspiracy. What were you there? That's what I'd like to know. I've never seen you here before, so are you here to spread a rumor? Because we're not following that. We're not here to trivialize this man's death. That's not the business here. Well, you know what? Accidents happen, y'all. Everybody want to speculate like something was foul or something was, I'm sorry. Stuff happens. I'm a living I'm a living testament to that. My son died from the exact same thing. He was in a lake. Yes, he could swim very well. But water is dangerous. Yes, new names coming in here saying some wild crap. And that's not what we're here for. That's not what we're here for. So you can take that step over to Paperwork's page if you want to. He'll be on in a little bit. Fall into that. But I'm not having that here. Unless I hear that on the actual news instead of out of somebody's mouth. I'm not trying to hear that. So I respectfully ask that you take that elsewhere, Roja. I've never seen you here before. Now you want to come over here and try to make something more nefarious than it was. So take that to a platform that entertains that kind of stuff. And until I hear someone of some kind of reputable position that says something otherwise, this was a tragic accident that happened to a young man who was on vacation with his family. And to make this something more than what it was is so disrespectful. But see, that's what a lot of folk do. A lot of folk want to, this is another form of entertainment. Ooh, look what happened. Look how awful this was. And somebody did this and somebody did that. And that's what y'all live for. Folks that look into all this stuff as something more than what it is. This just happened. Did the news say something like that? I ain't heard nothing like that coming off of a reputable reporting place, TMZ or whatever. If you want to come in here with some conspiracy theories, please exit. I'd rather you exit on your own than to be blocked. Now, I respect people's opinion, but that's a little bit over the top. So please, let's not go there. Let's not go there. Take that over somewhere that want to hear all that nonsense. Go to Paperwork Party. He's already getting ready. So you fit right in over there. The minute somebody in the industry die, all of a sudden somebody did something to them. I didn't say nothing about Francine Smith. No, that's not what I'm talking about. Roja. Roja came in here. First thing out of Roja's mouth was something derogatory. I ain't seen Roja in my life come in this chat. Roha B. This happened the other day. How was he unidentified? Where was his wife and child when he went under? What does it matter? The man is gone. You think somebody just was waiting under the water to pull him under? Come on, man. Somebody lying, this is crazy. No, you sound crazy and you sound disrespectful. So please quit trying to read into every death that happens in the industry, that happens in the entertainment industry. You want to read into that as something nefarious. Every star doesn't die from something nefarious, like somebody done deleted them or unalived them. People have tragic accidents. Take that somewhere that entertains that foolishness. Please. Take that somewhere that is into that. I'm not into solving bogus unalivements, making them out to be something that they're not, so I can have clicks and views. This is not the place nor the time. This is too raw, too sudden. Have some respect for their family, if nothing else. Have respect for their family. Hold on a minute. Okay, I'm sorry about that, y'all. What was that? Discerning A. What was the name again? What was her name? I'll see if I can get her back. I really don't like interrupting the show like that, but let me Francine Smith. Okay, y'all stand by for just a moment. Let me try to unblock her. Whew, Jesus. Okay, she's back. I got her back. Okay. So you said paperwork's on already? Well, I'm not entertaining that. Not one bit. Lawanda, you are absolutely right. This is why we should all pray for one another on a daily basis. The next minute or second is not promised. It is not promised at all. See, folks are so busy looking for something to talk about, something to gossip about, not thinking or having anybody's family or friends, not even thinking about what they're going through. It's awful. It's awful. Give it some time. If you need this subject to make some money, doggone, give it some time. Give it some time. Yes, and you know that's coming, Millionaire's Cove. You know it is. It's coming. That seems to be the genre. Now, some I've really thought that maybe something was going awry, but this, no. I understand, Francine, and trust me, it was not meant for you to be blocked, sweetheart. Oh, goodness gracious. So, I understand, sweetheart. Hi, Tamara, how are you? Yes, it's a big part of the problem. It's a very big part of the problem. You know, I know how I felt when I sat on that shore waiting for them to retrieve my son's body for 24 hours. And for that, I would literally lose it if somebody asked me what was really going on. This happened a day and he was in a pool and what's going on? Are you kidding me? You got me tripping. You got me really, I would lose my man. I would lose it if somebody started talking like that around me after I've lost my son. So for someone to make something like that so trivial to speak on in a manner of, oh, it's something nefarious happened, somebody did that to him. No, until somebody of reputable, somebody from, if I hear from some kind of a medical examiner or a reputable media source, not just some YouTuber, until I hear from someone of a reputable media source saying that this was suspicious, I'm not hearing it. How dare you make this how dare you make this to be a big story so you can get paid? Because that's what it all boils down to. Hi, Lady of Elegance. How are you, sweetheart? This is a man's life he just lost. He's left a wife and a child behind. How do you think they feel? How would you think that they feel? They've lost their father. They've lost their husband. And here's some bozo comes up out of the blue talking about a conspiracy theory. How dare you? I see the numbers have gone down, so that must have been all the trolls that was in here, because half of the people that was talking that mess ain't never been in here before. Oh my goodness, his daughter's birthday was a few days ago. Oh my goodness. Well, it just goes to show we live in a time where people are so insensitive. They'd rather be entertained than to be compassionate. They'd rather be entertained. This is entertainment to them. I'm sorry, this one right here is not entertainment to me. Yeah, that trip probably was for her. And now her daddy's gone. And for somebody to trivialize it into something nefarious, something awful that someone else did to that person. Always trying to make stuff look something that it's not. Same thing with Angie Stone. Let's be real about it. Angie Stone passed away in a bad accident. Yes, the driver was foul. He's the one responsible. But ain't nobody took her life. Let's be real. Someone is responsible. But this ain't about no Clive Davis or someone way up the ladder that doesn't want the truth to come out. Come on, man. Justice for Angie Stone is about her royalties, not who unalived her. It's about her royalties and getting back her royalties. That's the justice. That's where the justice is, in getting back her royalties. Absolutely, Barbara, I'm good. I'm good. I'm kind of angry right now because they've already started with the stories about this man. He probably ain't even back home yet. He probably still over there in Costa Rica. And people are already bumping their jaws about, ooh, what happened? And somebody's lying. Get out of here with that shit. Excuse my French. If somebody else mods, if somebody else comes in here, thank you, Discerning 8, for the $4.99 super chat. If anybody else comes in here, mods, talking that nonsense that someone deleted that man, kick their tails out of here. On sight, please. It's all over YouTube on conspiracy. That's sad. People just ain't got nothing better to do than to be entertained off of darkness. This is awful. This is awful. But it goes to show this internet is crazy. It's foul. Hey, namaste. Oh, we're just talking about Malcolm Jamal Warner's passing. He drowned. But for people to feed off of the darkness and feed off of the conspiracy and people want to always have something to talk about, oh my goodness, did you hear? And so-and-so, and this, and something for people to talk about because they ain't got nothing else going on in their own lives. So they have to talk about something like that and make it out to be something that it wasn't. And people feed into that garbage to make themselves feel worthy of being alive. You can't do nothing better. You ain't got nothing better to talk about, or talk about something more in a way of respect than to pull something like that down into a dark place. Exactly, Yolanda. This ain't about clicks and views. That's minimizing a man's life. Let's use this man's demise as a way to get paid. If you want to get paid off of this man's life, uplift his life. Uplift his family. Take some of that money you make and send it to him. Send it to his family. They probably don't need it, but still. Buy some flowers, send it to the funeral. You want to do something? Do that. But no, it's all about take. What can I get? What can I get? What can I get out of all this? How can I make this to my benefit? What can I do? What can I say? What live stream can I concoct to last for an hour or two and get clicks and views and add money to my YouTube check? Exactly, namaste. All money's not good money. Yes, Charles, that's the sad part about it. The subscribers are the ones that keep this ball rolling. Hello, Pamela Rideout. Retrita says, Auntie, they are demonic spirits. The devil is busy wanting to upset us, but I rebuke all demonic spirits right now in Jesus Christ's holy name. Amen. Absolutely, Millionaires Cove. What happened to showing and talking about positive things to make money? Everything has to be so negative. And you know what? You can talk about negative things, but there's a time and place for everything. This man just lost his life. Talk about that man's life. You can talk about all that other stuff later if you just have to. But this man, they just announced it today. And the first thing people want to do is grasp onto this. Oh, somebody lying. He was a good swimmer. Well, so was my son. He was a wonderful swimmer. But guess what? He dropped in that water and could not come back up. And his son was sitting right next to him when it happened. And he couldn't even help him. That's what I think about. The tragedy behind when someone loses a life and their family that's left behind to grieve. Nadine says it's such a tragedy. These leeches talk in this mess while this family, these friends, and us fans are in shock, and the grieving has just begun. A beautiful person gone. Absolutely, Nadine. This is fresh. This is fresh. This is just like somebody just took a knife and just stabbed. Can we put the bandage on, please? You're absolutely right, Tamara. You're absolutely right. There's one thing about the ocean. The ocean is so vast and unexplored that man has no idea what the ocean entails. Thank you, Pamela. Thank you so much. But when, we hear the songs about Master, the tempest is raging, the billows are tossing high, there's a reason for that. God made that water the way it is for a reason. And we don't understand the reason, but maybe it's just not meant for you to be out there. And then in the same token, maybe you can be out there, but it just goes to show that waters, large bodies of waters, are nothing to mess with. Yes. Thank you, Namaste. Yes, I have Crystal. He knew he had the it factor in his acting. He was a wonderful actor. And everybody kind of leans on Theo, because that's where he got his big start. But I tell you, I mean, he had other shows that he was involved with, and I had a list of them all. And it, when my computer crashed, boom, they were gone. I wish I still had them because I wanted to go over each one of his shows. That's really sad, though. It's really sad. And I mean, they've already got all kinds of stuff going on about him on YouTube. You wouldn't believe all the things that they're talking about right now on YouTube. But nothing nefarious. They're not saying, oh, someone is behind this. I wish people could just stop. This is real life. This is real life. And there are real people left behind. Retretta said, accidents are terrible. Oceans are not to be swimming in either. No oceans at all, Auntie. I've seen people rescued from the ocean at Coney Island in New York. Auntie, it ain't no joke. Sad, so sad. I believe it. I believe it. Yes, Charles. He also won a Grammy. He was heavy into music. I mean, he dabbled. Let me just say he just dabbled, but he played what was it, the bass? He was very talented. Millionaires Cove said, Discerning 8, exactly. You have to watch what you feed your spirit. He played the bass. Thank you. I thought so. He was a wonderful bass player. Wonderful bass player. Why can't people talk more about his talent? Why can't people talk more about his talent? Let's reminisce on some of them Cosby Show episodes that he was in. Like when his sister made him that messed up shirt because he wanted to impress Justine, his girlfriend Justine, or he wanted her to be his girlfriend, Justine. Let's talk about when he went to college and they found out that he was dyslexic. Those episodes are things that our kids grew up on. Some of us grew up on it. Some of us that are much younger. Yes, he was very humble. And Charles, you said did he win an Emmy? Really dope. I thought about that too. Felicia Rashad. She too must feel like she lost a son because he played her son. See, Discerning 8, that episode helped people. That's one show. See, we talking about a time when they didn't have shows about prominent black people on television. But nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about that at all. Nobody talks about the fact that Cliff Huxtable was a pediatrician and the wife was an attorney. And they had 5 kids and they grew up just like regular kids. Yes, Nadine. And how he made us feel like he was an actual doctor on The Resident. Because that man could act his tail off. He was very convincing. Now, The Resident, isn't that the one that had, oh my goodness, what's that man's name? He was so fine. He is so fine. Oh my God. What's the brother's name? See, I am drawing a blank. Everybody loves him. What's the brother that was on The Resident with Malcolm Jamal Warner? All the women love him. Somebody help me out. Oh, you thought the show was 911? No, he wasn't on 911. He was on The Resident. Morris Chestnut. That's who I'm thinking of. Wasn't Morris Chestnut on The Resident with him? Auntie, he also have an Instagram page, Auntie. He was a man of lots of wisdom. Google have a lot on him. Alexa told me a lot also. Bill Cosby broke the color barrier for TV. He sure did. Now, Bill Cosby did some pretty foul stuff in his personal life. But let's be real. He opened a lot of doors for black people in the industry. The one with Angela Bassett, where she was married to the fireman. I didn't see him on that one, Tamara. That's 911 though. Maybe he did a guest appearance on that one, but I don't think he didn't have a regular. Yes, he did make an appearance. Yes, he made an appearance. Yes, ma'am. Yes, namaste. I Spy. Exactly, Charles. When he got on I Spy. Now, what was the guy, the white dude that he played alongside? What was his name? Hi, Alfreda. Yes, he did, LaWanda. Bill Cosby did lose a son himself. Yes. Malcolm and Eddie was good too. I liked Eddie though. Eddie's a fool. Oh, goodness. But yeah, the Cosby Show brought something to mainstream media that many people could not identify with in both white and black communities. And it was so refreshing to see a prominent black family and not act so bougie or better than other people. They were just regular people that had good jobs and still had to raise their kids, and teach them the right way to go. Barbara said Zari Walls, the celebrity stylist, was killed in Lake Michigan last month. Her mom is so distraught. My heart goes out to her and Malcolm's family. Oh my goodness, I didn't hear about that, Barbara. That's awful. Wow. That's right. Strong black power couple, Tamara. And it actually inspired other people. Look at the knockoff of the Cosby Show, A Different World, when they had the college level. uh, the daughter went to college, went to Hillman, and how they showed the black college, the world of the black college, and people had not been exposed to that before. You saw a lot of, if you saw anything about college life, different world. I'm sorry, different world. Thank you. Um, you saw stuff in terms of white colleges. A lot of black folks could not identify with the white college atmosphere, but to bring up the different world, bring on that show, Different World, it inspired a lot of kids to go to college. That's one of the inspirations that made my son go to college. My oldest son, he went to school in Raleigh, North Carolina, St. Augustine. It was that show that was very instrumental in him wanting to go to college. LaWanda says, Auntie Monique popped up on my page, so I invited her to your platform. She didn't respond. She just gave a like comment with a heart, trying to cheer you. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Thank you so much. Yes, Tamara. It's a different world than where we come from. Yep. Raleigh is down the street from your parents? Oh boy. That's where my granddaughter was born. C. Gonzalez says, I dated a boy who looked like Theo in 8th grade, and everyone would say, here comes Charlotte and Theo. That boy died in a bike accident before 9th grade. Oh my God. And this with Malcolm takes me back to that. Rest in peace. I am so sorry to hear that, sweetheart. Boy, it just lets you know life is short. Life is short. You are absolutely right, though. Man. Speak on it, Auntie. Some people want corn or trash. Exactly. Okay. 20 miles from St. Augustine. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I went down there a couple times. First time I went down there was when my granddaughter was born. Then I went down there again a couple years later. Well, about a year later to go see her. That's so true. But yeah, this is just, a cautionary tale for people to understand that, life is short. Thank you, Discerning A. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. But I just hope that they don't trivialize this man's demise into a form of entertainment. You can't do St. Augustine at night. Oh my goodness. Well, I was gonna do I was gonna try to bring up the one that I was showing last week. Retretta says, Auntie, when Moses parted the Red Sea, that told me years ago, don't go in or near the ocean. Exactly. That's true. You, Q Rock said, even with Fat Albert, you learned. Ain't that the truth? That is so true. Oh, thank you, LaWanda. LaWanda said, Auntie, that's why you and your platform is blessed in many ways. Keep on pushing. It gets hard sometimes, but look to the hills. Exactly. And that's all I can do. That's all I can do. Last week, I tried to show a video because there's another topic that I really want to cover. about this one YouTuber, Ratchet TV, and he really, he just, hopefully he will just go to jail where he belongs. I don't know. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys are aware of Ratchet TV here on YouTube. Just put a 1 in the chat if you've ever heard or seen Ratchet TV. Okay. Are you guys aware of the founder of this particular YouTube channel and his? Yes, the name does tell the story. It most definitely tells the story. And many of you, okay, C. Gonzalez, Ratchet TV is the guy that went out there and was harassing Tisa Tells in front of the Diddy trial. And a lot of people, that's all they know about him, is that he went out there and harassed her. But this gentleman, it's hard for me to call him a gentleman after what I heard. Yes, Charles, a woman beater. Hold on just a second. Sorry about that. I couldn't blow my nose on camera. I'm sorry. Oh, goodness. Yeah, Ratchet TV has a very long list of, how can I put this without going ghetto? He likes to beat on women. He likes to physically harm women. Call him a pair of britches. What? A pair of britches. I like that. Some people like, let me see. Some people like that, but absolutely not. I took my kids there on year for the Night of Lights around Christmas, and it seemed like we was in a horror flick. Scared the mess out of my kids. Where was that? At St. Augustine's, Tamara? Yes, Discerning Eight. He's a mess. Yes, namaste. Harassing while he's on probation. Well, he got a lot more than probation to be concerned about now. Oh, at Augustine. Okay. Well, let me see. I'm going to try to play this guy again for you guys. Do you mind? Put a 1 in the chat if you don't mind if I try to play this video for you. Yes, Tupac was on a different world. He sure was. Okay, so you're talking about Florida. The St. Augustine I'm talking about is in North Carolina, Tamara. Okay, I'm going to attempt to play this video again. If you guys can't hear it, just let me know and I'll put a stop to it. Okay, yeah, she was best friends with Kanika Jenkins, the girl that died on the hotel freezer. So YouTubers went straight to conspiracy theories over Czar. Oh my goodness. Auntie, today I saw on Tube that a few of those tubers are being sued. A lot of them were fraudulent. Which ones are we talking about, sweetheart? Today I saw on Tube that a few of those tubers are being sued. What are they being sued about, Retretta? Hi, Laverne Bryant. Yeah, I remember Kanika Jenkins. Yeah, I'm curious to find out who what YouTubers are being sued. Yes, that's what we were talking about, Laverne. Wow. Oh, they were not named, but they lied regarding. I believe it because Diddy had people. He was paying folks to go out there and spread a bunch of lies. I'm gonna go ahead see, once again, and he might have been one of them allegedly. I ain't gonna say. Okay, Retretta. I ain't gonna say if he did or he didn't, but he was definitely he was pro Diddy all the way, and he showed his tail out there after the verdict when he was harassing Tisa Tales. So I'm gonna try to play this one recording because there's a couple of videos that I have. This guy is a serial. I don't know what you would want to call it. He's a woman beater. I'll put it like that. So I'm gonna play this for you guys, okay? Let me just get this set up for you.
Sad day for Ratchet. As their founder, leader Ratchet, aka Skeletor with a pullout, will finally see his day in court. Because the state of Texas has picked up his latest assault/domestic violence charges. We have to protect the women and children. He once went to a junior high football game and assaulted someone else's child by punching him in the face because he was 10 times bigger than the kid. Do you see this pattern of him only leading?
Okay, I think I got it set up now. Hold on just a second. I took this from who did I take this from? I gotta shout them out because I don't want to have other people's content without acknowledging them. So bear with me for just a moment. Drill TV. Shout out to Drill TV. Drill Time TV is the name of the platform that this came from. And then there's another one who can testify to the fact that this dude is off his rocker. Okay, let me move Retretta's thing out the way so it won't take up the whole screen. Where'd it go? There we go. Okay. Let me add this to the stage. Now let me know if you guys can hear it or if you can't hear it, one way or another.
Sad day for Ratchet Gang. As their founder, leader Ratchet, aka Skeletor with a pullout, will finally see his day in court. Because the state of Texas has picked up his latest assault/domestic violence charges. We have to protect the women and children. He once went to a junior high football game and assaulted someone else's child by punching him in the face because he was 10 times bigger than the kid. Do you see this pattern of him only leading on women and children? When have that ever been okay? On April 2nd, 2024, Skeletor assaulted Sapphire with her up severely and bring Lexi notifies authorities. And when they arrived, he used Sapphire for a human shield.
You said it's low? Y'all can't hear it? Oh my God, here we go. I don't know why this video won't play very loud. Okay, Hold on a second. Let me see if I can try this. That ain't gonna work either. Dang. Stop it.
Sad day for Ratchet Gang, as their founder and leader Ratchet, aka Skeletor with a pullout, will finally see his day in court. Because the state of Texas has picked up his latest assault/domestic violence charges. We have to protect the women and children. He once went to a junior high football game and assaulted someone else's child by punching them in the face because he was 10 times bigger than the kid. Do you see this pattern of him only beating on women and children? When have that ever been okay? On April 2nd, 2024, Skeletor assaulted Sapphire, beat her up severely, and her friend Lexi notified authorities. And when they arrived, he used Sapphire for a human shield. Since then, Sapphire has filed for an emergency protection order, but Skeletor finessed his lawyer to get the order modified so he can pursue more physical abuse and manipulation tactics. Justice for Sapphire and all the other women and children that fell victim to this monster.
It's so abusive. He just beat me the other day. There's no police report on it. They've been looking for your house.
She wrote, so you do realize that CCTV and that voice clip that you playing of Sapphire isn't from the same incident, right? That's two different cases. That mug shot from April the 2nd, 2024, when I called 12 on for beating Sapphire. That cop cam ain't from that day. That's somebody else. I told her I would love to hear more, but I ain't get a comment back from her. So me being an investigative journalist that I am, I clicked on her YouTube page and everything checked out. So April the 2nd, 2024, when this monster was beating on Sapphire, Sapphire would FaceTime her friend Lex after seeing how banged up she was and in fear for her safety. She would call 911 and send them over there. And when the police arrived, Greg would intimidate her to lie about not abusing her. But the cops on the scene read that book before he wrote it and charged him with that assault immediately. Sapphire even said when the police came to the house, he forced her to go out first and pushed her out the door and used her as a human shield.
Paper book, that was somebody else that he had at the time, but it was not me. The only body cam footage you all will ever see of Sapphire will be released when once this case is done with and stuff. That is when the body cam footage will be released. He thought I was never gonna leave him. That was the thing. He felt like I got her here. He isolated me from my family. I would get beat up because I used to talk to my kids on FaceTime. He broke my phone twice. He beat me up on my oldest daughter's birthday. And then he didn't want to give me the money I used whenever I bailed him out. He didn't want to give me back my money. I only bailed him out once. The shit that happened on April 2nd, the family violence causing bodily injury, family violence. I did. And I had money in my card. 500 and some, but with the fees, it was over 600.
Now this young lady, y'all, is also a YouTuber. She's got a channel as well. Her name is Sapphire. I don't recall what the name of her channel is, but she's also a YouTuber. And somehow or another they met up.
It was the 5,000. Yes, John Wick, it does say state versus Greg. Yeah, I was about to say the state picked up the charges. Yeah, it's even on the what's it called? The EPO. He's in Las Vegas. He actually went there as a intimidation tactic because the witness on the paperwork lives there. And he made a little statement online yeah, he gonna be in Vegas. Yes, and the witness on the paperwork, that's where she lives. They had only told me that as long as he kept reporting that he was just there to visit and not physically stay, that he was able to. And I was just like, okay, like, what does that leave me at? This is the protective order. I think that's as far as I can go. But here it says the state of Texas versus Gregory Lendabowski. And then it says, and it's actually a magistrate's emergency protective order. And it says, on this day, the above named defendant appeared before me as a magistrate of the Denton County, Texas, after the arrest of the offense involving family violence of the offense under section 20A.02, and it gives me all these other sections. It says of the Texas Penal Code, have you found probable cause to believe that the offense occurred, and based on the facts alleged therein, the undersigned magistrate finds that a need for safety of the alleged victim and the community justified the following order as a reasonable condition of bond upon release from custody. It says that the defendant shall immediately be prohibited from assaulting or committing any act of family violence on the following persons, which is me. It says that communicating a threat or communicating in a threatening or harassing manner should either directly or indirectly through some other person with the protected person, a family member of the person's family, or a member of the person's household. He was not allowed to go 500 feet within our radius. And then it says here that it's because here it says that he shouldn't have no firearm. It says a firearm by a person other than a peace officer as identified by a section, code, actively engaged in employment as a sworn full-time paid employee of the state agency or political subdivision who is subject to this order may be prosecuted as a separate offense punishable by confinement or imprisonment. No person, including a person who is protected by this order, may give permission to anyone to ignore or violate any provision of this order. During this time in which the order is valid, every provision of this order is in full force and effect unless a court changes the order. It says this magistrate emergency protective order is effective immediately and shall remain ineffective for 61 days after the date this order is issued.
I'm warning you, and I'm on my way. I'm trying to keep telling you. I'm telling you, I'm in the car right now. I'm on my motherfucking way. I tried to warn you. I'll see you tonight.
That's one. Then the other one is.
I really can't believe you can have me drive 8 hours, bro. Like, you really could have me do this shit. Look on your phone and see if I'm really not on my way to your crib. Look, I'm on my way, bro. I see it's not. My dog's with me. I don't know.
Ain't he scary looking already? Charles says he looks like he's on crack. He sure does. And matter of fact, I think he might be. Who knows? Allegedly. Now, do you guys hear feedback sometimes when I play this for you? Put a 1 in the chat if you hear feedback. Because I have to put my my headphones up to the mic in order for you guys to hear it. So if you guys are hearing feedback, let me know. Put a 1 in the chat if you hear some kind of feedback. When I play this video. Put a 2 if you do hear feedback. Oh, man. Like that, huh? Okay. Okay. Hi, Lisa. Okay, I'm going to try to pull this. Because if I pull it away too much, you won't be able to hear. I don't know why it won't. I don't know why it's so low when I play it the regular way. For some reason, it's just not It's not playing at all. I mean, it plays. I can hear it, but y'all can't hear it, which is really driving me nuts. I'll keep going. The feedback is in your spine. I'm sorry, C. Gonzalez. Well, if you guys can't hear it very well, then let me know. Well, the mic is close to the earphones because you guys can't hear it regularly. So I had to take my earphones off and put them up to the mic so you could hear. See? Now I got too close. I don't know. Maybe I can just stop. I'll play a little bit more and get through it.
Shit, right, man. I don't know, bro. I see it tonight, though. I really can't believe you can have me drive 8 hours, bro. Like, you really can have me do this. Look on your phone and see if I'm really not on my way to your crib. Look, I'm on my way, bro. I see it tonight. My dog's with me. I don't know. I ain't even pack shit right, man. I don't know, bro. I see it tonight, though. All right.
Did y'all hear that? He warned me that if I didn't answer his phone call, he was going to pop out at my house. He warned me about that. That is why I specifically made sure that my kids were not there. As bad as the mom as he tries to make me, I knew I had to get my kids away from there. But that is what he warned me about. He came to your house. Did anything happen to you on the way back? I wasn't really allowed to use the restroom. When we stopped at the store to pump gas, he made sure that he pumped the gas and used his card so I wouldn't get out. I'm sorry, y'all. I got the sniffles, but I've been crying on and on.
Sapphire, can you tell him about how he told you that the protective order was modified and he came home and another incident happened, and when you left and called the people, they told you that the protective order had never been modified?
Well, he came home on, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was April 7th. On April 17th, he sent me a message letting me know that he was outside the house.
Well, I'm go back to how you got to that point.
He threatened me, like when he didn't let me leave the room. Yeah, the day that I bonded him out, he went live. After that live, I wanted to go home, and he
She
didn't let me go
bonded
home.
him out.
He kicked my shoe. He picked me up from my hair and tossed me onto the bed. All this time that I was there, I was kidnapped.
Okay, so that means she was kidnapped from the very beginning, because he has a voicemail of him like, "You think I'm playing? I'm on my way. I'll be there in such and such amount of minutes." And when he got there, he had a firearm that he used towards her to force her to leave with him. She got it on voice recording of him telling her that he's on his way to her. "You think I'm playing with you? I'm on my way. I'll be there in such and such amount of minutes." And so what I was asking her to tell you about the order is that he forced her to go to his attorney's office. He had her on one phone and he had the attorney on the other phone, basically telling her the statement to make to the attorney, and telling the attorney to make sure that she said what he wanted her to say, and that basically making her say that she was afraid to be at home alone and all of that type of stuff there. And then a couple of days after that is when he told her that statement that she wrote at the attorney's office and signed was able to get the order modified, and he came back to the home with her. Of course, another incident happened after that to where she was able to get away, and once she was able to get away, and we had her to call what did we call? I think we called the DA or we called somebody, the county clerk, and they looked it up and they was like, the order was never modified. So my question is, can their attorney be held legally accountable too if he played a part in having her to write that statement and sign that statement and convincing her? Yeah, and when he got there, he had a firearm with him and threatened her and forced her to leave with him.
And just to be fair and honest, I didn't bring this to the YouTube. What he did the day that he got arrested, that is when everything came out on YouTube. He did this. He brought this in YouTube. I had told him, don't go live. The cops are outside, bro. I tried to save him. Don't go live. They're still outside. The cops knew something was wrong. For the cops to show up and them have their cars stashed out, they were on foot with their guns and rifles out. Do you know how scared I was? Being in the restroom in the closet, I can hear them. I can hear them perfectly fine. Victoria, I need you to come out. If you're in there, come out. And I was scared like 3 guns in the house. That man didn't give a fuck whether the cops were there or not. But he brought that to YouTube. And he kept that live up. Why? Because he wanted the attention. He wanted everybody to believe that it was Diddy after him. How much you gotta be to leave a live up knowing that you're going to jail? This ain't no joke, man. And for those of you that didn't see the paperwork, this is our paperwork, and shout out to Onan TV. This is my paperwork, Victoria and Gregory's paperwork.
LaWanda, he was trying to make people believe that Diddy was after him, if that's what you're asking. He knew Diddy wasn't after him, but he was trying to make it look like Diddy was after him.
To a domestic disturbance. Says dispatch advised Lexi called stating her friend was at the location and was assaulted by her boyfriend. Called Lexi and was advised her friend Victoria called her on FaceTime, telling her she wanted to leave her boyfriend Gregory. While on FaceTime, Lexi observed Gregory enter the room and argue about Victoria wanting to leave. Lexi observed Gregory strike Victoria on the left side of her face with a closed fist. Lexi advised Victoria sent her a video of the injuries from the assault. The video was sent after the FaceTime call. I received the video and observed an abrasion on the left side of Victoria's chest. She pans the camera from her left arm across her chest to her right arm and then points to her left cheek. Lexi advised the area she points to is the place in the video is the place Gregory struck her. Lexi advised Victoria was told law enforcement were en route to the house. Victoria told Lexi she did not want to see Gregory go to jail. Upon arrival, no one answered the door. Officers made contact with Gregory through a window. Eventually, Victoria and Gregory exited the front door. Gregory told Victoria not to exit the house and speak to officers. Officers physically separated Victoria and Gregory to investigate. asked Victoria what happened. She advised nothing. This is where I'm still trying to protect him. She advised nothing occurred between her and Gregory. I showed Victoria the video. When I held the phone up, she blocked it, stating she did not want Gregory to see it. Victoria initially stated that the video was recorded several years ago after her child's father assaulted her, then stated that the video was from today after the dog scratched her. Victoria's left cheek appeared puffier than the right side. She advised it looked puffy because she had a pimple. I asked Victoria to move her shirt so I could observe the abrasion on her chest. Victoria moved her shirt, and I observed an abrasion on her chest that matched the abrasion in the video. I observed a small blue-colored bruise on her left upper arm. Victoria's telling of the events changed several times, and the reason why they changed was because I didn't want him. I didn't want a picture. I just wanted to leave in peace. My God, bro, it was so simple. Just let me leave. You wanted to be with everybody else. You wanted to be messaging other females, or I don't know if you were just messaging females or other men. I don't know. But this was me not trying to take a black man down. This was me trying to fucking go out with my life and still have him free. Because I didn't want nothing to happen to anybody. I just wanted to leave with my life. Then it says, I asked Victoria if I could see the messages between her and Lexi. Victoria opened the Instagram app and showed me, then advised she deleted the conversation because she was upset. Then here you go. Officer spoke with Gregory. He advised he and Victoria argued, but nothing physical occurred. Due to Lexi's statements, the video Victoria sent of her injuries and the injuries I observed on Victoria, meaning the deputy that arrested him that night, determined Gregory intentionally caused bodily injury to Victoria. Due to Gregory and Victoria living together and being in a dating relationship, I placed Gregory under arrest for assault causes bodily injury, family violence. It's like my sister said, we gotta protect each other and never doubt your worth. Never let it get to that point where you feel like you have nobody. Because honestly, I'm not gonna lie, if it wasn't for my sister who called the cops, I honestly don't think I would have had I wouldn't have had the courage to do what she did for me. And I honestly don't know where Sapphire would have been right now. You know, like after you get beaten so much, you have that tendency of like I'm just scared. Like, he used a lot of intimidation in that house. Having the guns around me, he made it to the point.
Okay, well, that just died. Okay. Well, it sounds like that's done.
On vibrate or on low ringer, my phone had to be placed on the counter. If I ever received a phone call, it had to be put on speaker. And that's why I always told him, lawyer, bring me a lie detector test. And I got beat up. He wanted to tear down my name, who is Sapphire. He said, everybody knows you because of me. No, sir. I've always been Sapphire. People with you because of me. All true supporters, all everything are now here. All those people that are now there are new people. They don't know the backstory, and they're just so gullible to what he says. But I wanted to go ahead, do this live, and actually show everybody my paperwork, because this man shows everything else, everything but our paperwork. Everybody would ask him. Everybody would ask him, well, how come you don't show your paperwork? How come you don't read out your paperwork? Those people get blocked. They get timed out. They don't get an answer. He made it seem like I beat myself up. How is that possible if you're the one with the defensive wounds and I'm like his hands had the marks to my head. I have the scar, the blood from the carpet burn from my bottom of my elbow. He told me I had the carpet burn from the back of my leg to go lay down. My head had knots in it. The abrasion on my chest. My collarbone was swollen up. He had the bullets that are single. My freaking shoulder is messed up. I had bruises on my rib cage, bruises on the bottom of my breast. And I had the bite marked cheek on my face. He did not want me to go outside. He had already been telling me to shut the up, to go hide and everything. So I really want him to deny how this right here is something fake. Because like I said, you all got a badge number and you got the sheriff department, the woman who actually arrested this man. I just gave you her information. So, the only reason why it says that he told me not to exit the house was because after he told me to go outside so they could see me, and I walked outside, he pulled me back in the house. When he pulled me back in the house, that's when they pulled out the guns and tasers. I was in front of him. No, hold up. I was in front of that. I was his shield. Besides him beating me up, he used me as a shield for when they came in. And I was the one telling them, no, put your guns down. He doesn't have nothing. And I was still there. My dumb, my loyalty over a that just beat my a couple minutes ago. And you all want to say that I want to bash him? That I want to do everything to tear this man down? No, you know what? He f***ed that up by himself. Why the didn't he turn around and tell you all what the he did right before they came in? Why didn't he turn around and tell you that I was the one he used as a shield? I'm the one there with my hands up in the air. My hands still having scars, blood. And he has gone to other people. He's paid other people. And he's threatened other people. That their loyalty should remain to him and to him only. But like you said, I haven't met or I haven't gotten to somebody with a larger platform to speak my piece, get this out. His mind, he made it very clear. If you're not with me, you're not going to be with nobody else. You know that I couldn't even exercise around our own neighborhood because I used to wear shorts because I would get beat up. What do you mean? Like, I'm just going to go run. You, literally had my location. You would tell if I'm at a house, if I stop for a long time. I'm like, I am just running. I could never go nowhere. This man, when I was there, ever since the day he drove that time, when I tell you he had control of my phone, he knew everything that would go on my phone. I couldn't even get off to the store to go pick out a candy I wanted. So like that. Like, everything had to be DoorDash, Instacart, and I'm like, I want to go out. Like, I honestly, let me just go to Walmart. Let me just go to the store to pick up my own produce. I couldn't do that. I got beat up because I did not want to marry him. I haven't gone to court. I'm waiting to go to court so I can go testify. So then whenever I took the pregnancy test, I found out that I was pregnant. Okay, so in this mind, I'm like, well, damn, I don't know if it's Ratchet or I don't know if it's my baby daddy's. And I don't have to lie. That's my truth. So with that being said, when we went to the doctor, we found out how far along I was. I never wanted to pin a child that was not his on him. So whenever we got the dates of how far along I was, we both knew that it wasn't his kid and that it was my baby daddy's. With that being said, on the way home, he's driving recklessly to the point where he's like swerving. And at that point, we're still in his little car and we're swerving, almost hitting the fucking barrier to the bridge of where we were driving. Now, come to think about it, is that throughout this time, I'm like, damn, he's gonna be mad. With that being said, how was it that he wanted to be a family still, but the minute I walked in and went to the kitchen, he had me call my kid's father and turn around and tell him that I was pregnant and that the kid was not going to be born. When he turned around and told my kid's father that, he also stated he was going to actually go and have me taken to New Mexico to get an abortion. So when I said that I didn't want to have an abortion, he pushed me back into the cabinets. Like the bottom of the cabinets, like on the bottom of the counter, the ones that open on the bottom.
Yeah, this guy is a psycho. He's definitely, he needs to be taken off the streets. Point blank, period. Now, there's another content creator that also has a story about him. And this dude is so crazy, he took a hit out on another content creator. That's a totally different video right there. Hold on just a second. This dude is crazy as all get up. He needs to go. He needs to go to jail and not be let out.
And my back hit right in the middle. But he pushed me with both hands on my chest that I stayed bruised. And what did I do? Every time he struck me, I covered my belly. Because no matter how far along I was going to make sure you weren't going to kill my baby. And that is the only reason why he says he hates me. Is because he says that I chose a mistake baby over him.
Wow.
He says I should have gotten rid of the baby. Because this is my truth. I'm telling you what happened. So nobody can get confused. I wanted to leave whenever we found out that the kid was not his. He didn't want me to leave. After the phone call that he did with my kid's father, after the threats he made to that man, and after he pushed me down, he picked me up from my hair and dragged me down to the couch carpet area where he sat down on me. Just to sit down on me, holding both of my arms to my chest so I couldn't move or breathe. And that was just day one. That was day one after I found out how far along I was.
This is the cautionary tale of Ratchet TV, the man that went from prostituting in these streets to trying to fake pimp on his viewers. Y'all heard that voicemail? He thought he was a gorilla pimp. He said,
Ain't that a blip? That is definitely a blip, if I ain't never seen one before. This dude, man, I wish this other video worked, because there was another content creator who has her story. And I don't know what she did to make him flip out the way he did, but he actually took a hit out on her. He put up some money. He put up some serious money to have them find out where she was. Let me see if I can find that. Let me see if I can get that one working.
Okay, y'all. I told y'all this ninja was a lunch.
Let me see. Now, if this one don't work, then I won't try to play it. But let's see. Let me know if y'all can hear this. If not, I won't even try. Let me start it all the way to the beginning. I tried this last week. Now, hopefully it'll work this time, but put a 1 in the chat if it's too low. And if it's too low, then I won't play it.
Okay, y'all. I told y'all this ninja was a lame. Okay, he is about to go to jail. Yes, y'all. Ratman is about to go to jail. He violated his own situation that he got going on. Okay, he violated his bond. All right, y'all, and I'm about to tell y'all how. He came from a video because I said the same thing he said to Tisa. He did worse stuff to me than I did to him by posting up his next court date. Okay, y'all. Hello, welcome to my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like the video, and thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to all my new subscribers that's coming in. That means well. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you all, and welcome. This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only, so everything is alleged, some is not, and the fair accuse is in my description box, y'all. So let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to it. So the person, Ratman, y'all, who alleged, no, I can't even say allegedly because.
Can y'all hear that? Put a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear it. Put a 2 in the chat if it's too low. You guys can hear it okay? Okay. Is it too low, Laverne? I've got 3 1s and a 2. Okay. I got a lot of 1s. So the 1s can hear, correct? Okay. Okay, I'll let it keep playing.
He really did do this to me. Okay, y'all? So I'm not going to say allegedly because it is the truth. Okay? He put a HIT on me, y'all. Okay? When I started doing the Moultrie case, he put a HIT on me. Yes, he dropped some G's to call himself to try to find a location. Okay, y'all? Let me tell y'all something. He done got in trouble now. Okay? When he came for Tisa, and everybody didn't like the way he just came for Tisa, everybody would be peed off about it, okay? They were peed off when he came for me. And he got called out on his stuff. And y'all remember back here when I had talked to the feds and all kind of stuff, okay? Put a complaint in on him and all this stuff. Well, due to the fact that he has a pending bond, okay? He's out on bond himself right now. He is out on bond the things that he has done in his past. That's why I keep telling y'all, birds of a feather flocks together. But see, when you mess with the wrong people, this is what you get. You went and did all of this stuff, picked on me, went and I had to erase my whole IG account, y'all. I had almost 1,000 people that I erased off of my IG because half the people that were in my IG, he was sending them to me. He was getting his moderators and people that, be over there on his page, whatever, to come to my IG and all of that and send me false information and try to mess my page up because I was doing them on 3Ks. That didn't work, and I caught on to his mess. He reached out to me too, and he tried to be friends with me and stuff, and I done flipped the script on this, the Seeker too, on that. So then he called himself going to pay somebody to take me out on Mother's Day. Yes, y'all. This is Ratman over there, okay, y'all? This is Ratman. And let me tell y'all something. And got people to start digging. I had several lawyers reach out to me in the comment sections and everything and trying to get my information. So I had to put in my IG, my email account, y'all. In the last video with the teaser video, I put that in the comment section and pinned it so that the lawyer can reach me. Because I had a couple people reaching out to the lawyer want to talk to you because they want to send letters to the judge because he goes to court next month and they want to know what he's been up to. So not only am I going to give the information, okay, to the lawyer so that they can send their letters, because not only did the lawyers want to send letters to the judge, other people in the comment section were saying they're going to send lawyers to the judge because he's bullying people on YouTube. He's a bully. An ugly bully, too, y'all. Ugly is all outdoors, okay? So people were reaching out to me in my comment section saying they want to all do something to send letters to him about what he did to Tisa, and they're going to send a proof of the video of him threatening her and everything, okay? Well, y'all, I am sending them what they sent me too, okay? Send it to the judge. I am going to send to them, because I'm telling y'all, people were reaching out to me. I'm going to give them the information as well when I had to reach out to the feds and put a complaint in on them as well. Okay, y'all? Over the whole Mo 3 stuff. This guy don't know who he messing with. I told you, everybody ain't cut from the same cloth. You can't just come on and pick with anybody. And if you call yourself trying to linger around somebody's house, you might catch one, okay? Everybody not going to put up with this ninja out here threatening people. And look who runs to YouTube. The reason why my last video, I blurred it out, because he reached out to YouTube to say that I violated his privacy, but never mind you violating everybody else's. You put somebody on to me to find me. That ain't violating people's stuff. I don't know what is. See, you keep on playing these games and you get these prizes, okay? So now, y'all, he's facing jail time. Word on the street. He might end up just like the principal over there, okay, y'all? Onan. Ain't Onan locked up from bullying and picking on people and this and that and this? Well, look at here, okay? Look here. Word on the street is, and I'm giving y'all some tea right now, the Rat Man had to put in a request so that he could go to New York because he's on a bond. But right now, he's out on bond right now for the things that he has done. So he had to put in a request, okay, with his management and all of this stuff and the bond violation people. He had to put in a request so that he could come to court. And they approved him. Come to court May the 25th, 2025. Okay? This is when the request was put in. Okay? But apparently, he went back to Texas after that. Okay? Now, when Diddy had his, his verdict come in, word on the street, y'all. Okay? Mr. Ratman, he came back to New York and he didn't get a second permission. Okay? He didn't even put in a request to come back the second time. So, on the verdict day of June 29th, 2025, he forgot to put that request in. He didn't forget. He just thought that he could come and do whatever he wanted to because he figured he could violate his probation or whatever, his bond or whatever. But word on the street, y'all, it has been reported, y'all. And word on the street is his bond was violated. He has a violation, and when he go to court or before, he just may get locked up. Word on the street, y'all. This dummy out here picking on another woman, thinking he got away when he was picking on me, but you ain't got away. You just add another enemy to your little roster. And I ain't the enemy you want, especially when I know where you live at and all of that stuff. I'm not the person that you want. No. You don't want me as your enemy. My name is Lowdown, but I'm the nicest person in the world until you cross me. Okay? But if you cross me, he is the first lame to run to YouTube. Oh, she got a video talking about me. And I ain't got time for it, y'all. Because, this is Chisa's fight. But it includes me
when you didn't threaten me too. So people gotta be like, oh, why? I had somebody come in my comment section, why are you trying to make this more out of what it is? And why are you doing this? And why are you doing that? And why you don't mind your own dang on business? Because apparently you don't know the history that I have with him. Okay? You don't know that. That's why you in my comment section talking shit. Okay? People are tired of this lame. Okay? Good for nothing, ugly, just mad. Okay, y'all? So he takes it out on every woman that he runs across. He takes it out on them because of how he was born looking. Okay, y'all? This has got to stop. The bullying, it has to stop. And now we going to see what's going to happen because people are writing letters to the judge letting them know that this ninja right here not only violated his bond, okay, y'all, but he's violating it because he's out here picking on people. Okay, he's out here trying to put hits on people. You done already banged up, allegedly, your baby mama. Put paws all upside her head, y'all. And this wasn't no regular, like, just a little black eye or this and that. Her whole face was bruised up. But he's violating it because he's out here picking on people. Okay, he's out here trying to put hits on people. You done already banged up, allegedly, your baby mama. Put paws all upside her head, y'all. And this wasn't no regular, like, just a little black eye or this and that. Her whole face was bruised up by the skinny, good-for-nothing Mother Hubbard. Okay, y'all? I love to see a man like that get dealt with by another man. I really do, because when you can put your hands on a woman because you think that you got more strength and this and that, and it looked like he weighed about 20 pounds. Okay, y'all? Y'all saw the video of him teasing and taunting Cassie. Okay? Put him in a ring with Cassie. I mean, not Cassie, Tisa. Put him in a ring with her. She probably outstrength him anyway. Okay? And this female that he put them paws on, I don't know. Maybe she was scared to, I'm just saying, defend herself. I don't know. Okay? But I'm just saying, y'all, run up on the right female. And I bet you they'll break Mr. Rat Man off, okay? They'll give him that demise cheese that he's asking for. I'm just asking, y'all. I'm just saying. Just saying. This ninja is something else. It makes you wonder how somebody can throw rocks, pick at other people. And I didn't know this man from Adam, okay? I was doing Mo 3. Mo 3 is not his family member. From last I heard, Yellow and Trapnam is not his family members. But he was out here defending the people that ran somebody down on the expressway. Broad daylight. He's out here defending them. But on his page, he's acting like, oh, we finna get justice for Mo 3. But behind closed doors, he's out here coming at anybody that's getting close to the truth. And I wasn't doing no but posting up their own posts that they put up. It wasn't like I was making up stuff. I can say if I made up stuff. I put up posts that the feds got. I put up some posts that the police have. Okay, y'all? That's what I posted up. And everybody saw these posts. They were public posts until they started deleting them and blocking people and this and that and this. These were public posts.
This is Miss Lowdown, Desire and Fire. Shout out to Miss Lowdown. This is her narrative. She's another content creator.
Nothing that nobody made up. And this ninja got mad at me and tried to send somebody to find me. Okay? Shit, I could get serious on this internet, okay? But God got this. Best believe God got this. Don't worry about it, okay, y'all? This right here needs to stop. Somebody needs to put him in his place. And now he's about to get put in his place. Word on the street is when he go to court, he might not be coming up out of there because he violated his bond vow. He did a bond violation, y'all. Word on the street. This is what I'm hearing. How do you sneak to another city and state when somebody is being charged for the same charges that you got? Y'all, please make it make sense. And then you out here bullying Diddy family. You bullying Diddy. Who made you Diddy's savior? So if she's bullying Diddy now, you bullying her. But you didn't even get permission to come back to bully her. You snuck out of Texas and went to New York for the verdict, and you didn't even get permission. and you're on tape looking like a fool, you can't even deny you wasn't there. You can't even deny it. Because it's all over YouTube that you were there on Diddy's verdict. So you cannot even say that, I wasn't there. That's a lie. It's everybody's talking about you. How you taunted this woman and threatened her, talked about her wig is dry, all of this stuff. When your teeth then corroded out your mouth, but you sitting up here talking about a wig. When your teeth then corroded out your mouth, but you sitting up here talking about a wig. What you gonna do next? Put a hit on Tisa too? Is that next? Go and try to use some of the money you make on YouTube and scamming people to go come at somebody else, another female? And like I told y'all, anybody that want to do it, I can't stop people from doing it. Other people brought this up. I didn't. Other people brought this up, folks. I didn't bring it up. They're asking me that because I was saying go to the courthouse like everybody was standing around the court with Diddy. Just go to the courthouse where he go up in there. Go in there and listen in and write notes on him so he could be, I'm just saying, y'all. He'd be some material like Diddy. But see, he's doing. They're out here doing this type of dirt and nastiness and putting paws on women and this and that and this. This is who supports stuff like this. This is the people that were out there celebrating Diddy. Diddy dragged somebody half his age down a hallway back into a room so that she could be abused. And people were out there celebrating that Diddy is out. Then you have another dummy, Clown Ninja. Okay? He out here spraying baby oil all over his body like a fool. How do you go from a news report to out there just prancing around? I mean, the Skittles was sweating off of him, okay, y'all? He was sweating the rainbow, okay? More baby oil, more baby oil. You gotta be a sick individual to celebrate victims not getting justice. And are they still celebrating too fast? I keep saying this, y'all, because Diddy still ain't out. And word is, there are superseding indictments brewing as I speak. So why they celebrating yet, I don't know. Because I don't think Diddy's ever going to get back out of that prison. But, I could be wrong, but I'm just saying, I don't think he's getting out.
He ain't getting
out.
Not
no time soon.
Nope.
Okay, y'all? I do believe that they got some stuff up their sleeve. And it is what it is. And people like this, now they are getting called out for their stuff that was out here supporting Diddy. You see how you can flip the script and be right in somebody else's spot?
Sweating
just
Skittles.
Picking on somebody. If you reporting and Tisa is reporting, what's wrong with both of y'all reporting your own way? She ain't coming over there on your side picking on you. So why you gotta come and pick up with her? Because this is a pattern that you do. And I had a Dallas man, shout out to Dallas, y'all. A Texas man come in my comment section. White guy too, y'all. It was like, wait a minute. We are not, don't put that hat on our head. We ain't like that in Texas. I wasn't talking about everybody. I was not. Okay? If you would have listened to me closely, I said everybody ain't like that in Texas. Because people really wanted to know what happened to Mo 3. I had a huge backing. I know what happened to Mo 3. Because everybody is not like that. But it's still a certain crowd of people that's been trying to steer this whole Mo 3 case into the wrong direction. These people are about the same thing. Getting together and making sure they get a crowd of people to help them taunt the next person. And this is what he did, y'all. This is what he did. And he the first person to run the YouTube, privacy. What did they say? Oh, you got a privacy complaint and you're telling his business. But you, really? Telling your business complaint. That's all you put in a telling your business complaint. When you are out here paying people to try to put a hit on somebody, you got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me, y'all. That's what I tell you. They got some people that fool. You got some people, you back to a corner, they're going to come out swinging. You can't mess with everybody. You don't know who people know. You don't know who they tied to. You don't know nothing about a person. But you jump on social media and you try to just come for them. It don't always work out that way. That's crazy when you got lawyers. So this is telling you that Tisa got some backing, that people care about her. Okay? When you got lawyers coming to your comment section saying, send me the information, I will send it I'll put a complaint in to the judge for her. That's what they're saying. This goes to show you that God don't like ugly. And you keep it up, you're going to be sitting there next to Diddy.
That's
probably
right.
what you want anyway. You probably want to douse you with some of that baby oil. Or you going to douse him. Or y'all going to douse each other with baby oil. But it's a reason why these lame bloggers got together to come for one person. It's a reason why these lame bloggers was out here celebrating Diddy. Okay? Even women, some of the women bloggers with their sorry self was out there celebrating Diddy getting off after what he did, just that videotape alone. If you didn't even have to name all the other stuff that he did, just that videotape alone of him dogging that poor child out the way he was and her balling up in a fetal position, y'all, Diddy deserve everything that he got and then some. Okay, y'all? But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section about Mr. Ratman finna go to jail for violating his bond violation, y'all. Let me know what y'all think, okay?
Yep. If that don't beat all, I don't know what does. This guy, YouTube needs to get them some standards that are more reasonable than the standards that they already have. See, they so busy worrying about content creators stealing content and all this. This fair use situation doesn't mean a hill of beans when people can strike your channel for using their content, even though fair use says that you can use content as long as it's educational and you're adding to what they've already put up. But it seems like that doesn't mean a thing now on YouTube. But they'll allow all this to go on. They don't care if one content creator goes to another content creator and off them on the streets of Vegas. Or they don't care if another content creator unalives herself from bullying. So it seems to me that YouTube has a big problem. And all they care about is the money. That's what it all boils down to. The more people we have watching the nonsense, the more money we make. And unfortunately, it's us. I hate to put it like that, but there's a lot of us that's putting all that money in their pockets. That's all I'm saying. People are not coming to YouTube anymore to contribute to a positive community. It's all about the entertainment of what's wrong with the world. It's all a big shit show. Point blank period. It's all a big shit show. Yeah. I hear you, Millionaires Cove. It is. I mean, to think that this guy has a channel and this is the kind of behavior he promotes. He met this first young lady. He met her online. She's a fellow content creator. It's unbelievable. And he's got all this stuff going on against him, but ain't nobody stopped him on YouTube. And I'm sure YouTube is aware of it. He took a hit out on another content creator. Why does he still have a channel? I don't understand it. Shout out to Miss Lowdown for her narrative. This is unbelievable. But it doesn't surprise me because that's the world we live in. The more ratchet, the better. Bring on the ratchetness. We're all here to watch. Yeah, he was mean to her. He was so disrespectful, looking like Skeletor. I seen Tisa. If you watch Tisa's video, when she talks about what happened to her, when she gives her side of the story, she clowns this man's breath so bad it was comical. But he's out there raising hell. Talking about you lied. No, she didn't lie. He still ain't out of jail, is he? Now, she might not have got that RICO thing right, but she knew she was going after somebody that was wrong. She was going after somebody that was wrong. Diddy was wrong. And the people that helped him pull it off, they just as wrong as he was. Why ain't they in jail? You know why they're not in jail? Because the federal government got them to flip and testify against him. But there are others out there that will be, eventually, they'll be brought up on charges as well. So, let's see. Millionaire's Cove said, Auntie Yam's the most ratchet, the more money coming in. Yep. Absolutely. This is the world that we live in. This is the world we live in. And now we have to try to navigate through it. But the main thing, the reason I brought it to this platform is to make people aware of what else is going on YouTube. Because YouTube is turning into a gang. I mean, I've heard it said by others, but this is serious. This is serious. I mean, imagine we had a content creator go up and delete 2 people on the streets of Vegas, on the strip. Absolutely, they're giants in the tech world. Google and YouTube. Because Google owns YouTube. So, you can't have one without the other. C. Gonzalez says, what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? Absolutely. And they doing it every day for clicks and views. They don't care nothing about what they talk about. All they care is how much they can draw in terms of viewership. Get that YouTube check. They don't care about the lives they may destroy in the process. But this guy right here, he's on a whole nother level of evil. But that's what YouTube goes for. What can I say? I mean, if you look at it, there's content creators that thrive on beef. I think we all know who those people are, or that person is. I promised I wouldn't even say her name, but Maggie. That's what Maggie does. Her content is about beefing with other content creators. And anytime you've got one content creator beefing with 10 or 12 others, that tells you something. The drama is what brings on the numbers. I'd rather have low numbers and a clear conscience than high numbers and going straight to hell. That's just my take on it. But nevertheless, I'm going to go ahead and end this, you guys. I appreciate you guys hanging with me. I know it was a long one, but I'll try to bring something a little bit more positive tomorrow. Hopefully I'll find something more positive. But in the meantime, I may have to bring up something that we still need to know about. Is nefarious as it might seem. We've got things playing out right in front of us in broad daylight. and everybody accepts it as normal. I mean, look at our government, look at our president. Maybe when someone decides to sue YouTube, they will get it together and stop allowing all of this stuff to keep going on. How many deaths and incidents will it take to end some people's channels? Exactly. Exactly. It don't make no sense. If there was a television show that was causing people to do some really crazy stuff, they would end that television show. What makes this any different? This is the new media. And they're allowing so much to go on right here on YouTube that, people are losing their lives behind nonsense. So, again, I thank you guys for hanging with me. I love you guys. And I may go a little early tomorrow. I don't know yet. It depends on if I have my kids tomorrow. But in the meantime, I love you guys. You guys take it easy. God bless you. And have a good evening. Good night.
Hey, Mickey. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine. So fine, you got my mind. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine. So fine, you. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine. Hit the like button. It don't cost you nothing.